Sounds like someone's got a f***ing belt sander on next door. What's up, guys? My name is Yeetus Wolf. I specialize in neo-traditional tattoos with a twist of realism. So you want to become a tattoo apprentice. As a shop owner of 3 years, I can give you all of my best tips for what to look out for when looking for a tattoo apprenticeship. Looking for a tattoo apprenticeship is super difficult and it should be thought out carefully. You need to research the studio and investigate the reputation of the people who you're going to be learning from. This is super important because if you're learning from someone who hasn't had a good deal of learning themselves or doesn't particularly know what they're doing themselves in the tattoo industry, then you're getting off on the wrong foot. You're being taught by someone who doesn't know how to teach, or you're being taught by someone who doesn't know the fundamentals of tattooing themselves. How are they meant to teach you if they don't know how to tattoo themselves? So make sure you do a little bit of research of the studio and the artists before applying for your apprenticeship. You want to put together a portfolio. No, that's not your Instagram account. Don't come into a studio and just show them your art page on your Instagram account. They will laugh at you and they will turn you right out to walk back out that door. A portfolio traditionally is a big book with all of your artworks in it. It doesn't matter whether it's a realistic portrait of the Joker and some fine line stipple stuff and some trad stuff. We want to see everything. We want to see that you can draw all kinds of tattoo styles, that you also have your own style that you specifically like, but we want to see you draw everything. We want to see black and gray, we want to see color. If you've done paintings, put them in there. Everything artistically can relate back to tattooing, and we want to see that you are artistically inclined and have that dedication and that love and passion for art. When picking a studio to show your portfolio to, make sure that these are people that you look up to. Make sure these are people who you actually really like their artwork, because these are the people who are going to be teaching you for years to get your foot in the door of the tattoo industry. If you are taught by people who are dedicated and have the same style as you, or have a style that you want to pursue, then you're gonna be in the right place. The number one thing that you should be taught as an apprentice is your health and safety regulations. Yeah, obviously it's the boring stuff to talk about, but if you mix someone's blood from a tattoo workstation and you go and touch the door handle at the front of the studio, and then every customer that comes in and touches that door handle puts their blood everywhere else, and that customer had hepatitis or AIDS, you've got a serious problem. Knowing your proper sterilization practices is so important. So this is why I think that this is the number one thing that your tattoo mentor, person that's taking you under their wing for your apprenticeship, should be teaching you, because it is the most important thing in a tattoo studio. If you get approached by a tattoo studio and they are looking to take you on as an apprentice, you need to meet with them and you need to ask a whole bunch of questions of what you are expected to do. This includes the duration of your tattoo apprenticeship. This is something that's hard to determine because some people can pick up tattooing in a year, 2 years. Other people, it takes quite a lot longer. So you could be apprenticing for 5 years. There's no set duration of a tattoo apprenticeship. This also includes any financial agreements or arrangements that could be made. Not that it happens too much in Australia, but I know that in other parts of the world, people are actually expected to pay upfront for their tattoo apprenticeships. This can be $5,000 to $10,000, and you're basically paying for your mentor's knowledge of the tattoo industry. You'll also need to discuss with your studio and the studio owner or your mentor what your agreement is once you start doing paid work. Do you have to pay 50%? Or do you have to pay a weekly rent? Or this changes from studio to studio and everyone is different. So make sure you ask that question. Your mentor should be teaching you things daily and should be keeping you busy with different art styles and teaching you different kinds of things every day. Because if you're just sitting there on your phone, then you're not learning anything. Majority of the time, you will be required to mop the floors, set stations up for other artists, fill up the paper towels, talk to clients as they walk in the door, possibly even do stuff like social media, and all of this stuff is completely normal as a tattoo apprentice. You'll be expected to do quite a lot as an apprentice. Coffee runs are probably one of the biggest things, getting people lunch, all of that stuff. And you're basically expected to drop everything and just do whatever people say. The crazy thing is that you don't get paid until you bring in paid work through clients. But trust me, it's worth it, because once you get through that tattoo apprenticeship, then you're on the bright side. It's obviously still difficult, but understand that as an apprentice, you have to be 100% dedicated to your apprenticeship. If you are not 100% dedicated to your apprenticeship, you will be told to leave. And I guarantee that, because a lot of tattoo artists just won't take an apprentice's shit. You may have to commit long hours and quite a lot of time into your apprenticeship to prove your dedication. This could be long hours. You could be there from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. It depends what your studio's opening hours is like. If you've got your foot in the door of a tattoo studio, make sure you ask about the local regulations and requirements. In most states of Australia, you need to have a tattoo license. So make sure you ask your studio owner about those regulations. You'll also be required to have your own ABN, as you will be a sole trader and sort of like a subcontractor to the studio. Always be open about receiving critiques and feedback on your tattoos and your art. This is the only way to grow as an artist, especially in the tattoo industry. So it is absolutely essential to approach this with a willingness to learn and enthusiasm. It's gonna be hard, not gonna lie, but it's worth it. If you pull through the years of being a tattoo apprentice, then tattooing can take you all across the world if you put your heart and your soul into your tattoo work. So chuck that portfolio together, go and contact your studios in your local area, and I wish you all the best in the tattoo world. Until next time, stay creative.
Sounds like someone's got a f***ing bowel.